meeting. So initially we will start with the statements of Latvian minister, later on followed by the German minister. So please, the floor is yours, Mr. Minister.
Thank you, dear Minister, dear Boris, honorable representatives of the media, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I can assure that today we had an excellent meeting with Minister Pistorius, a very productive, very frank exchange of thoughts on wider security issues, on regional dynamics, on a bilateral cooperation, and absolutely we came to the conclusions that there is a very strong cooperation among our countries. Latvia highly appreciates a German contribution or Germany's contribution to security within NATO, within the European Union, as there are wider developments within those two institutions, that we take threat by Russia as an aggressive country, as aggressor country very seriously, that Russia, according to NATO security concept, strategic concept, is a threat, and it's a long-term threat, and that's why, of course, to cooperate among all like-minded nations within the NATO and EU is extremely instrumental and vital and indispensable. Yes, and we as well, once more, from Latvian side and from regional perspective, highly appreciate German contribution to the regional security, the respectively part of the EFP as a framework nation in Lithuania, but it has certainly positive consequences for regional security. We highly appreciate also the Germany's contribution to air policing. Next year, the German air policing units will be in Latvia as well placed, so it's a very positive development as well. So it's also the presence of our partner here in Latvia. And so we consider that there is a chance and opportunity to increase this cooperation. We are looking for potentially the agreement and implementation of the IRIS-T purchases. Respectively, the medium-range air defense systems are very important for strengthening the regional air defenses, and here we see the close cooperation, potential for close cooperation between Latvia and Germany within strengthening, let's say, air defense systems, but also to cooperate on military industry. And last but not least, there is a strong understanding on support for Ukraine, that this is a continuous effort. We demonstrated it recently in Ramstein meeting on a contact group of 15 countries in Germany, but at the same time, of course, also bilaterally, if we fully understand that this continuous effort to strengthen and support Ukraine in Ukraine's war against Russia's aggression, it is a vital task. And once more, I can say that, of course, Latvia contributes more than 1% of our GDP to support Ukraine already militarily. But at the same time, we highly appreciate also the German support to Ukraine, because it is a common effort, and of course it should be continued. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, dear Andris. First things first, congratulations to your new job in very challenging times. Good luck and much success, and I'm looking forward to our cooperation, which really started fantastically. So thank you very much for hosting us, and I'm very happy to be here right after you took office. And as you should know, this is my first trip to Riga, the heart of the Baltics, and the three Baltic countries in NATO and the EU are particularly exposed. I always underline that. This is why we are so committed to this region. We have a responsibility, a certain and a very special responsibility for this region, which we call the Eastern Flank. We stand by you. Germany is ready to take on leading military role in the Baltics, as you just mentioned earlier, and on land, at sea, and in the air, we deliver, and we deliver on our promises. On land, we will permanently station a robust brigade in Lithuania. We will have a roadmap ready by the end of this year, the latest. This is unprecedented for the Bundeswehr. I have to emphasize that once more. This must and will work out, no ifs and no buts. At sea, we just concluded the exercise northern coast of Latvia and Estonia, 3,000 personnel, 14 countries, all led from Rostock. National and collective defense also takes place on and below water. In addition, Germany has offered NATO a naval command for the Baltic. C, it is a multinational command that closely involves the Baltic states. And in the air, of course, the German Luftwaffe has helped to secure the skies above the Baltics ever since you joined NATO almost 20 years ago, and as you mentioned earlier, we will continue doing that next year between March and November. In November this year, Germany will once again contribute to air policing in the Baltics with 3 Eurofighters and 50 personnel in Estonia. And due to construction work in Amari scheduled for next year, our Eurofighters will be based here in Latvia at the Lielvārde airfield next year. I'm very happy that Latvia and Estonia signed 2 or 3 weeks ago contracts to procure the cutting-edge Iris TSLM systems in Nuremberg. The war in Ukraine showed the importance of air defense every day and every night. With procurements like that, ladies and gentlemen, we fill the European Sky Shield Initiative with life once more, now participating 19 states. This is the largest individual procurement for Latvia since its independence in 1991. With this deal, Germany has become Latvia's largest armaments partner, which is really very interesting too. And I think this is the way to go. This is a lesson learned from Russia's brutal war against Ukraine: more interoperability, more interchangeability. This is also the idea behind the new 3+3 format, 3 Baltic host nations and their 3 respective framework nations working very closely together. The times of the tripwire are over. We are here for forward defense. We will coordinate our plans better and more closely in training and exercises and in prepositioning. 3+3 represents our understanding of leadership that comes from within our alliances. This is no solo act, and therefore we agreed to go ahead for, I don't know the year yet, but for a joint exercise between the 3 Baltics and the 3 framework nations in between the next years to underline the determination and the necessity, the urgency of being aware and to achieve deterrence and defense. And to underline, your security is our security. On the next point, we agreed to bring together our experts to intensify our armament cooperation. This is very important too. We have some fields on doing that, what we can achieve and we can improve. And we need, of course, last point from my perspective, we need progress with regard to Sweden's accession to NATO. Especially the Baltics will benefit from Sweden's accession and gain strategic depth and supply security in case of an emergency. NATO, Germany, and the Baltics cannot afford any further delay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you. And now both ministers are open for questions. So please introduce yourself and mention the media that you represent. Who will come with the first question?
Yes, thank you. It's on. I'm Krišs Kairs from Latvian television. Question for Mr. Pistorius about long-range missiles. There has been recently a movement towards sending more missiles, referring to US's decision. Has anything changed in Germany's decision, sending or not? Thank you.
I've got no confirmation for that news, and our state is still the same as it was last week.
One question to Minister Spruds. Can you understand the concerns of the German Chancellor about sending the Taurus system, the cruise missiles, to Ukraine? And Minister Pistorius, do you think it could be necessary a mandate from the German Bundestag if Germany will send the Taurus to Ukraine, because there are some technical questions about the control of the targets.
Well, my answer would be short. I think, first of all, it's a German decision. It is a political decision in Germany which should be fully supported by society. It is the most important part of the, let's say, this endeavor. But at the same time, we highly appreciate German support to Ukraine through many different initiatives. And once more, Ukraine is not fighting only Ukrainian war against brutal aggression, but also basically fighting the war of all of us, or defending all of us against Russia's aggression. So that's why, once more, I think these efforts by Germany have been highly appreciated here in Latvia, and we see that we can still very much continue on different additional initiatives. Thank you.
At the first place, this is one of the points we are discussing and checking. We are not we're not yet at the end. And by the way, I would really like to emphasize once more that we are the second strongest supporter of Ukraine in that war. And this is not only about Taurus or to deliver Taurus or not. It is much more than this, and we do a lot, and we will do even more, I can promise.
My name is Ellen Hasenkamp from the NBR. Mr. Spruds, it has been 1.5 years since the Zeitenwende speech of the German Bundeskanzler. From your perspective, does Germany live up to the expectation it raised during that time, especially concerning defense spending? And Minister Pistorius, interoperability is a key factor for NATO. We have been a bit lagging behind in terms of digital communication. Now there are reports in Germany that there is still a problem to actually install those devices into vehicles. And somebody is already quoted saying the things will be rotting on the shelves. How do you comment?
Well, first of all, the judgment, or the main judge of the Zeitenwende is German society. German society is what makes the final assessment of this. We highly appreciate what has been done, because it is on a political, and I would even say philosophical side of the issue, namely that there is full understanding that Russia's aggression and Russia's brutal war, it's a long-term threat, and that we should prepare ourselves for geopolitical challenges, and we should prepare ourselves together. Yes, Latvia, of course, always underlines that 2% within NATO. It's a very important task to achieve. Latvia itself has increased its military budget initially to 2.5%, and now already we have commitments made by 2027, 3%. So we absolutely believe this is an important task to achieve. At the same time, once more, I can repeat, Germany has been an instrumental, indispensable supporter in common effort to secure and defend NATO as alliance, and to contribute and strengthen it, and at the same time also to increase EU capacities in military domain, and of course to support fully Ukraine. I think the Germany's support has been indispensable, instrumental, vital for the Ukrainian effort in its war against Russia's aggression.
If you allow the question of German media, I would rather answer in German, because it's more precise and it's an inner German issue. Es verrottet überhaupt nichts. Man wundert sich manchmal über manche Interpretationen. Es sind bislang etwas über 400 dieser Geräte in den Depots angekommen, aber noch nicht mal von dort weitergeliefert. Das entspricht weitgehend dem Plan. Alle anderen sind noch gar nicht geliefert. Es verrottet also nichts und es verstaubt auch nichts. Ja, es gibt eine Verspätung. Es wird gerade aufgearbeitet, woher diese rührt. Das ist aber keine, die die Beschaffung als solche in Frage stellt, nicht mal ansatzweise. Wenn ich also lese, falsche Funkgeräte beschafft, dann könnte die Meldung falscher nicht sein. Es geht jetzt um die Frage der Integration dieser Geräte, in welcher Priorität das erfolgt. Und da, wie gesagt, hat es eine Verspätung gegeben, die jetzt aufgearbeitet wird. Wichtig dabei ist zu bemerken, dass die Garantie für jedes dieser Geräte erst zu laufen beginnt in dem Moment, in dem wir es aus den Depots abrufen. Solange es in den Depots liegt oder sogar noch nicht mal ausgeliefert wurde in die Depots, fängt auch die Gewährleistung nicht an zu laufen. Also hier entsteht kein Schaden. Das einzige Problem ist tatsächlich die Verspätung bei der Integration.
Yeah, so basically nothing is rotting away. I'm very surprised with some of the interpretations of the actual facts that I'm getting from some of the media outlets. So far, we have received some of the devices, about 400 at this point. They have reached our depots, but the rest is something that we still await. So basically nothing is rotting away. There's the only problem that we have there, that there has been a delay with the delivery.
No, with the integration.
With the integration of the devices. That was what I was getting to in a minute, but thank you. So the guarantee, the warranty issue that some people are addressing is not even touching us right now, because the warranty doesn't start running until we actually get the devices out of the depots. And as long as we haven't gotten them out of the depots, and as long as they haven't even been delivered to us, the warranty issue doesn't even come into effect for us. So nothing is running away, and the only issue that we are trying to solve is the delay that we've seen in integration. Thank you.
Thank you for the invitation for Latvian journalists. So we have still time for the last question. So is anybody willing? Oh, two questions. So yes, let's start here.
Can I be heard? Yes. My name is Yuris Kaja. I work for the global Spanish news agency EFI. Minister Pistorius said that, if I understood you correctly, that the full German brigade will already be in Lithuania by the end of the year.
Be aware, not at the end of the year there will be a robust brigade in Lithuania. This would just be impossible. The roadmap for building it up will be ready until November or December this year.
Okay.
This is quite important.
Yeah. So that also means that the Lithuanians are building the base where they can keep these soldiers on schedule.
Yes, but we are in very good negotiations with our Lithuanian friends. Everybody is aware of what we are talking about, and we are absolutely optimistic for the roadmap and for the building up the brigade, but it takes time. I would like to emphasize that this is the biggest project of the Bundeswehr in regards of deployment abroad. This is the first time ever that we deploy a robust permanent brigade anywhere. So this takes time, not only on our side, but also on the Lithuanian side, to build up infrastructure, not only the base, the depots, the exercise areas, but, for example, also the civil infrastructure for the families of our soldiers, like schools, kindergartens, apartments, and so on. This takes time, and still we are very much speeding up.
So what is the possible time when that robust brigade will be operational?
Well, maybe at the end of next year there will be the first soldiers, but just to build up what is to be built up. But it takes time, and the Lithuanian side is absolutely fine with that. They know it takes time.
Hoffman, German News Agency, DPA. A quick one in German, if I may, on West Africa. Frankreich hat sich entschieden, die militärische Präsenz im Niger zu beenden bis zum Ende des Jahres. Was bedeutet das für die deutschen militärischen Pläne dort? Wovon wird abhängen, ob Deutschland diesem Schritt folgt?
Wir warten jetzt erstmal die weitere Entwicklung ab. Eine Entscheidung aus Washington steht noch aus, wie die Amerikaner sich weiter verhalten. Wir reden über etwas über 100 Soldatinnen und Soldaten auf dem Lufttransportstützpunkt in Niamey, der für uns eine gewisse Bedeutung hat, wie Sie wissen, für den Abzug von unserer MINUSMA-Truppen aus Mali. Wir beobachten, wir bleiben am Ball, wir haben die Sicherheit im Auge, aber es gibt jetzt aktuell und Tag heute keinen Handlungsbedarf. Frankreich hat angekündigt, den Truppenabzug bis zum Ende des Jahres zu gewährleisten. Das heißt, es ist auch noch ein bisschen Zeit. Es ist jetzt nicht der Zeitpunkt für übereilte Reaktionen.
Yes, absolutely. So the question was that France basically decided to end its military presence in Niger. How does that, or does that impact at all what Germany is doing in this region? The answer by the minister was that right now we're awaiting a decision to be made in the United States, in Washington. We have about 100 personnel at the air transport location in Niamey. That, as you may be aware, is very important to us. Right now, it is so crucial to us because it plays a major role in our redeployment from our mission in Mali. So right now we're just observing and following what is going on, but as of today, there is no concrete need for us to act. France wants to pull out of the region by the end of 2023, and until then, we'll just wait and see.